Guy buys old dresser at yard sale, but wait until he opens it. Proved to be worth his while. There's something resplendent about old furniture, the care it was carved with, the stories it tells. But what about the hidden truths it holds? For one man, a yard sale steal would reveal a clandestine find, and no one believed what was hidden inside. Emil Nodell had no idea what he was in for at a local real estate sale. He enjoyed frequenting these events. Emil was a collector. He'd make a habit of visiting estates and yard sales alike. He picked up numerous vintage beauties by doing this. And on this particular day, there was an eye-catcher out in the yard. But little did Emil know this dresser had a lot more to offer than meets the eye. Estate sales are never an easy thing. For the public, there's no problem, but for the family, it can be a tough thing to watch. This was the case at the estate sale Emil had visited. The son of the deceased could not find it in himself to attend. His father's possessions needed to be sold, that he knew, but he couldn't stand to watch it. But that was a massive mistake when Emil bought the dresser. Suddenly, Emil spotted the item of his desire, a proud vintage dresser with a marble top. Emil loved the design. He thought it would make a perfect accent piece with his dining room. He approached the dresser and looked upon it with lust. Upon closer inspection, he took in the intricacies of the craftsmanship. Everything about this item was a must-have for Emil. There was only one problem with the item in question. When Emil saw the dresser, he knew he had to have it. So he approached the estate staff and inquired about the item. However, when the price was revealed, Emil nearly fell over. The asking price for the dresser was $300. This was a little rich for his blood, and that particular day. Forlorn, Emil asked how long the sale would continue, and the staff's response was music to his ears. Emil knew he had to wait it out. The estate sale would be on for a further 3 days. Although this lightened Emil's spirit, it also made him apprehensive. He questioned whether his dresser would be picked up by someone else before the price was dropped. Generally, items that don't sell have their prices lowered at estate sales. But now it was all just a waiting game. But then, Emil was hit by a stroke of luck. Anyone who's attended a sale before will know that competition is high, particularly if more than one person has their eye on an item. Just imagine Black Friday. On this particular day, Emil found himself in a want war. Why now had someone taken an interest in his beloved dresser? Emil made sure he would obtain his estate sale prize. But he had no idea that the prize wasn't the dresser, but what lay inside. Luckily for Emil, he managed to snag the prize. For some reason, the other interested party decided to back down. Walking up to his claim, Emil was bursting with pride. His ideal dining room was now so close he could almost taste it. Furthermore, he managed to claim his dresser for a steal. The original asking price had been dropped to $100. But Emil had no idea how much the hidden drawer of the dresser would actually be worth. One thing Emil hadn't taken into consideration was the transportation of the dresser. Thanks to it being vintage, it was made of solid oak. Furthermore, the marble top added to the overall weight of the item. When Emil tried to lift it, he instantaneously regretted his decision. He knew this heavy lifting would call for a bit of help, and luckily for him, this exercise would reveal the hidden contents of his purchase. Once Emil had purchased the chest, he required help loading it. As he and Jeff Allen began to lift the chest, it suddenly slipped from their fingers. But as it did, the men heard something revealing. As the chest hit the floor, a distinct metallic sound rang out. This enticed the men to investigate further, and luckily they did so, as Emil discovered a hidden drawer. But when he opened it, the men were flabbergasted. As Emil pulled the drawer open, his heart skipped a beat. Hidden inside the drawer was a collection of treasures. Old foreign currencies and beautiful coins clattered together. Rubies, diamonds, and emeralds dazzled brightly from within. Old war medals, delicately folded, all met Emil's eye. He and Jeff were completely stupefied by their find. But what proved to be more amazing than the physical treasure was what Emil did next. "Let's call the owner," claimed Emil. Most people would have been thrilled by their own luck, but not Emil. He was beaming for excitement, but not from personal gain. All he wanted to do was share the find with the son of the original owner. This act took a big man. "I bought the chest of drawers. I didn't buy those things. If I kept them, I would never feel right about it," Emil shared. But the son could not have been more thankful. The son of the original owner of the chest was incredibly grateful towards Emil. He shared with Jeff Allen how he had fond memories of the chest. He recalled it from his grandparents' home when he was a child. But all those years, no one suspected what was hidden inside. The find was truly remarkable. Emil had shared a piece of the son's history with him he never even knew about. When the story was revealed online for the first time, it instantly grew. Emil became an internet sensation. Furthermore, he evoked a hope in people, a yearning to frequent yard sales to see what they could find. But this was an uncommon find indeed. And luckily for the family, Emil was an honest man. "I'm an old ex-Marine, and I try to do the right thing," he shared when being interviewed. Now, thanks to Emil, an enigmatic family history has been restored. Family heirlooms often carry sentiment, but seldom value. The treasure trove, however, is a fortune find for the family. They are now in possession of something forgotten. But above all, they have a piece of their past which was kept confidential for so long. And they would have never had that missing piece if it weren't for Emil.